iOS 18 versus iOS 26, exploring liquid glass features. If you've ever wondered whether the latest iOS update is worth the hassle, you're not alone. With iOS 26 rolling out and its flashy new liquid glass design, you might be asking yourself, is this just a shiny new coat, or does it bring real substance to my iPhone? Let's dive in and explore what liquid glass means for your device and why this update is stirring up so much conversation. At first glance, liquid glass seems like a minor update. It adds a touch of elegance to your iPhone's interface, with translucent elements and a polished look. But here's where it gets controversial. Despite the striking visuals, the core of your iOS experience remains largely unchanged. For some, this might feel like Apple playing it safe, but for others, it's a reassuring sign that your familiar iPhone experience isn't about to be upended. Let's start with the home screen. The most noticeable difference is the dock and the search bar in between. In iOS 26, these elements are more transparent and have a sheen to their edges, giving your icons and widgets a fresh, modern look. However, this enhanced transparency can make some icons harder to see. Fear not, though. Switching to all clear mode will solve this, though it might introduce some viewability issues. But here's a pro tip. The reduced transparency setting can easily fix this. The control center and lock screen also get a liquid glass makeover, with the latter featuring a digital clock that dynamically resizes based on your wallpaper and notifications. This is a small but cool touch that adds a touch of whimsy to your iPhone. One of the more practical changes is the introduction of dynamic tab bars in apps. These bars adapt to your actions, making navigation more intuitive and freeing up space for content. This feature might remind you of what Google is doing in Android 16, but it's a welcome addition to iOS. Perhaps the most exciting and understated feature is how liquid glass will adapt to different backgrounds. Buttons and menus will automatically switch between white and black text based on the background color, making your iPhone experience more seamless and user-friendly. This subtle yet powerful change shows that liquid glass isn't just about looks. It's about making your iPhone work better for you. So, is liquid glass worth the upgrade? That's a question only you can answer. But one thing's for sure. This update is more than just a pretty face. It brings a host of practical improvements that could make your iPhone experience even better. And this is the part most people miss. Liquid glass isn't just about what's new. It's about making what's already great even better. So, what do you think? Is liquid glass a game changer for your iPhone, or just another shiny distraction? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to check out our comparison of iOS 26 and iOS 18 for a deeper dive into what's new. As always, stay curious and keep exploring the ever-evolving world of mobile technology. iOS 26 Guide. Master the new iPhone features. Warning, your iPhone is about to get a whole lot smarter. Are you ready for the most significant iPhone software update in years? Apple's iOS 26 is here, packed with innovative features, sleek interface changes, and enhancements to old favorites. But be prepared for a learning curve. We've got you covered with this comprehensive guide. Navigating the unfamiliar. iOS 26's new landscape. With iOS 26, Apple has revamped the iPhone experience, introducing liquid glass, a unified software design language that streamlines menus and adds a touch of elegance with translucent effects. This new look, inspired by the visionOS-powered Vision Pro headset, might take some getting used to, but don't worry, we'll break it down for you. Getting started, downloading iOS 26. Ready to dive in? First, ensure your iPhone is compatible. Any device from 2019 onwards, essentially iPhone 11 or later. Then follow our step-by-step guide to enroll in Apple's beta software program and update your iPhone's software. Detailed download instructions, https, how to download the iOS 26 public beta. Follow these steps. Key takeaways, what's new in iOS 26? Phone in FaceTime app, unified interface, call screening, hold assist, and live translations for Apple Intelligence-supported devices. Messages, group chat enhancements, typing indicators, Apple Cache sending, and customizable chat backgrounds. Camera, streamlined controls, simplified mode switching, and new settings adjustments. Photos, restored tabs, customizable collection layouts, and spatial photo capabilities for iPhone 12 and later. Visual intelligence, expanded AI-powered features, including screenshot analysis and contextual commands for Apple Intelligence-supported devices. Shortcuts and reminders, integration with Apple Intelligence for enhanced workflow creation and task management. Apple Maps, visited places feature, preferred route previews, and notification alerts for potential delays. Games, a new unified app for game discovery, launching, and social challenges. CarPlay, liquid glass design, widgets, and quick text. As the public beta evolves, we'll continue to update this guide with new features, tips, and insights. Stay ahead of the curve and explore the exciting world of iOS 26 with us. Join the conversation. What are your first impressions of iOS 26? Which feature are you most excited about? Do you think liquid glass is a game changer for iPhone design? More from Tom's Guide. iOS 26, the game-changing features. www.tomsguide.com/iPhones/iOS 26 game-changing features. 5 iOS 26 settings to change right away. https www.tomsguide.com/iPhones/iOS 26 public beta is here. 5 settings you need to change first. Helpful gesture controls for your iPhone. https www.tomsguide.com/iPhones. I've been using the iOS 26 beta for more than a month, and it made me rediscover these helpful gestures. About the author, Philip Michaels. Managing editor at Tom's Guide, has been covering personal technology since 1999. Follow him at Philip Michaels. Discover the 4 biggest changes in Apple's iOS 26 public beta. Breaking change alert. Apple's iOS 26 public beta has landed, and it completely reimagines the iPhone experience from the moment you press the power button. Think you know your device? You might not recognize it after this update. But here's where it gets controversial. Many of these tweaks cannot be switched off. Right now, Apple is busy polishing what may be its boldest software revamp in years, yet the company is letting adventurous users try the unfinished build. If you own an iPhone 11 or newer, and you're comfortable with occasional bugs, battery drain, or apps that misbehave, you can jump in today. Prefer to play it safe? No worries. We've been living with the beta, so you don't have to. Below is a first-hand look at the 4 biggest changes you'll need to accept, or perhaps learn to love, on day 1. 1. The liquid glass makeover. Like it or not, iOS 26 introduces a shiny new aesthetic Apple calls liquid glass. Every corner of the interface, icons, notifications, control buttons, even tiny menu bars, now sports a semi-transparent, glass-like sheen. There is currently no master switch to restore the previous flat style. Some elements look stunning. Others can get lost because too much of the background bleeds through. Apple has already toned down the effect in successive beta builds, so clearly the jury is still out. Pro tip: if the new visuals hurt readiness, open the bundled feedback app and tell Apple exactly which screens give you trouble. The more voices they hear, the faster they'll refine the design. 2. A more considerate phone app. Confession: many of us dislike talking on the phone, especially when spam calls and endless hold music waste our time. iOS 26 tackles both annoyances. First, an optional feature forces unknown callers to state their purpose before your phone even rings. Great for dodging scammers. Second, a new on-hold assistant mutes the line and alerts you only when a real voice returns. Fair warning, the software sometimes mistakes recorded messages for humans, so you may get multiple buzzes before an agent actually answers. Still, for most testers, the convenience outweighs the occasional false alarm. 3. Apple Intelligence. Powerful but patchy. Apple has sprinkled a suite of AI-powered utilities, branded Apple Intelligence, throughout the system. The headline tricks include live translated captions during FaceTime. Note, slight delay is normal. Two-way voice translation during phone calls, currently limited to converting French, German, Portuguese, and Spanish into English, and vice versa. Broader text-based translation in messages, adding Italian, visual intelligence upgrades. Snap a screenshot and you can immediately ask ChatGPT questions about what's on screen. Search Google for specific items or let iOS suggest actions such as creating calendar events. If you capture lots of screenshots and find the full screen preview annoying, go to Settings, General Screen Capture, and disable it. Beyond these headline tools, Apple Intelligence now helps build smarter shortcuts, designs custom emojis, and resurrects a new summary feature Apple once pulled. Caveat emptor. The software itself warns that automated summaries might change the nuance of original headlines. We haven't seen egregious errors yet, but machine summarization always carries risk, so keep a critical eye. 4. A cleaner, creator-friendly camera app. The iPhone's image sensors are stellar. Its camera app, however, used to feel cluttered. iOS 26 finally streamlines the layout. Rarely used modes, panorama, spatial capture, and more are tucked away by default. Buttons now carry clear text labels, and an honest-to-goodness menu icon houses most settings. From arm's length, the interface is easier to read, and the new design helps photographers tweak exposure or frame rate faster. Your iPhone will even warn you when the lenses are grimy, sparing you those hazy shots created by fingerprints. Apple also sprinkled in tools for content creators. You can record with external microphones at last. And certain AirPods models act as remote shutters. One limitation, the buds must be in your ears. Waving them in your hand won't trigger the camera. Still, vloggers and group photo lovers should appreciate the flexibility. And this is the part most people miss. Installing a beta is a two-way street. Apple needs feedback, and the early testers who speak up often shape the final release. If you decide to join, back up your data, expect occasional glitches, and share constructive critiques through the Feedback app. If you'd rather wait, no shame. Sit back and let others pave the way. Conversation starter. Should a dramatic visual change like liquid glass be optional, or is Apple right to push a unified look? And are AI features that summarize news or translate calls a genuine leap forward or a privacy minefield? We'd love to hear where you stand. Sound off in the comments and let the debate begin.